Though the ACN and PDP don't agree.
Yeah, well, everybody's entitled to a partisan view, but what we can see, or concretely, you can't deny buses taking poor children. I mean, students to school.
I think.
Sorry. Yeah. So no, what I'm telling. No, wait,
sorry.
Because
I know you're coming.
I'm in Liverpool, but I'm not.
No, just a question. Innocent question.
I'm saying so. We need concrete deliverables, and I feel passionate about this. Quick point I want to rub in. The Minister of Aviation, has been doing roadshows. It's again about some of those initiatives, going roadshows all over the world, looking for investors, blah, blah. Yet, passengers are stranded at the airport. If you know what it takes now, in fact, my view now is that the so-called deregulation in the aviation sector is dead. Because you deregulated many airlines. In concrete terms now, we have no real airline. Very few airlines, about 3 operators, and you need to go and see the delay. Yesterday, I had to pass through from Abuja to Kaduna for a flight of 9 o'clock in Abuja, which was never available. I have to move to Kaduna to catch the same airline. I don't want to mention the name. I was told it to be 1 o'clock. I didn't leave Kaduna until 5:30 p.m. I got to Lagos yesterday. We are back to the same era. I mean, we were discredited the Nigerian airline. We are back to it without official sanction.
So
what I'm saying here is that I think what we need is performance.
Yes, performance. That will lead to outcome. For instance, you just made reference to the airports.
Yeah.
The outcome is what you should wait for, because now if you're talking about expansion, you're talking about road shows and some other issues, the outcome should be the key thing. And the Minister, Shamsidi Usman, talked about the outcome of all of this. Now, if we say roads, we talk about healthcare delivery, and we also talk about education, which Chamberlain was actually trying very hard to let him give us an idea of what we should expect when we talk about performance or outcome from the education sector. These are some of the issues people are all talking about. So if we're talking about outcomes now, how soon can all of these come into play, and not about the inputs? Because for the input now, I think the monies have been given to all of these ministries, departments and agencies. But you say 15 months down the ladder, we should be talking about outcomes by now.
Yeah, but the other point is that 15 months down the ladder, we've lost 15 months now down the ladder. An additional 15 months we need to wait. When I say 15 months, I mean this government was inaugurated in 15 months. And please say, again, you actually put me in a tight corner today, but I want to say that everything I'm also going to say, I've been taught critical analysis by my lecturers, including Dr. Shamsidi. Wait, we've been in this process of working out, you call it what? Systems or processes for over 2 decades now. I mean, Vision 2010 had all these fine academic PowerPoints. In fact, there are about 12 critical success factors.
You said Vision 2020
had. Wait,
had.
No,
that word.
I said 2010.
Oh, 2010.
No, this is a country of buzzwords.
Let me quickly just ask you.
Yeah.
You think that Vision 2020 is still on track?
No, before we even go to that, let me do the linkage.
I think it's very important that
this
you answer
how
that
we had all the performance criteria contracts under Vision 2010. We abandoned them. We moved to 2020. Nigeria is never short of those ideas. And within the time we are doing the visioning, the PowerPointing, Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, Qatar, the whole miracle of Dubai was just about a decade ago. They are not just doing the talking, they are walking the talk. They are delivering in concrete terms. So the point I'm raising here is I think we lay much emphasis on those processes. I thought what the minister should have said today, and I saw you doing the proper engagement, is that within this period, the so-called GDP movement they said we have done, how many jobs have been created? What are the growth drivers? What are the critical sector of the economy driving this growth? How many factories have opened? I can give you concretely from my sector that few factories that have reopened in recent times, some of them have been threatened in textile to even close down again. Perennial power supply, smuggling continues, Those are concrete things that...
Is it not increasing that?
No, I'm saying...
I thought something was increasing.
No, I'm saying it's increasing, but not to the point of saving industry from collapsing. And not only that, you've also jack up the tariffs, which has increased the cost of production. I mean, we can't be released to be competitive. But the last quick take I also have on that, and that's why I'm a bit worried. You know, this institutional import, this policy import. I mean,
which one?
Yeah, again, I saw my honorable minister displaying annual reports of some ministry in India.
He talks about international best practices.
Wait.
They want to rank among those.
Wait. You see, again, and that now question even this initiative, how original it is.
Is there any idea that is original?
No, we must also be driven by our own reality. When you have annual reports in India, performance report in India, certain assumptions are there. India is not battling with power supply. Those things are taken for granted. India is already talking of re-sector of the economy. So it's in addition. So you, before you even talk of report, you must also first of all deliver.
No, but they didn't take a hook, line, and
I'm trying to say, no, wait.
They didn't.
This is the way we carry all stuff policy ideas that have no linkage with the reality. And I want to give example. I want to say where we have seen dramatic moves, effort have been made in this country. They are driven by what we've seen on the ground and government move to get it done. And that's why I gave example of many states where many things have been done. You know, we have seen some initiatives, some new changes going on. Not that because it's been done somewhere else. And I think some of the things that we also do, we need to be careful. I mean, South Africa, we liberated South Africa. We liberated South Africa.
No,
why should the tail be wagging?
Comrade,
I think what I'm trying to say, I think we should be driven by our reality. And I will be happy to say the president takes a leave to move around the industrial areas in this country. This is no security challenge now, you know, though we lay emphasis more on physical security. But I've always been saying the greatest crisis is economic and social insecurity, which fuels physical insecurity. It would be nice for president to the recontract, and I'm happy, I think there I share the views with the minister, that the recontract is between Nigerian people really and our president, because it's the one that we elected. I mean, it would be nice for us to see him going to visit the industries, to see the schools, to look at these statistics, including how many have passed.
You know, Comrade, I'm afraid
how many got 5 credits? You know,
Comrade, I'm afraid I'll have
and how many are not product of election, what do you call it, exam malpractices.
You mentioned the performance contract, the annual reports of the ministries that he brought in.
Yes.
And I think that the point he was trying to make there, maybe inadvertently, is that Nigerians should learn to ask for more, because here he was telling us that he was able to download the reports of the ministries of defense of South Africa and the United Kingdom online, whereas in Nigeria security is something that's usually very shrouded in mystery. You know, it's basically very opaque. So don't you think that is a positive example that we can copy from those countries? Forget that we liberated South Africa, as you rightly said. If somebody is ahead of you, some people will say you ask how the person got there.
Do you need a ministerial pronouncement that we can download information to know what is going on? I mean, for me, that is really not newsworthy.
For academic purposes?
No, academic, but for governance purposes. You know, and that's why I say that. You see,
so you don't think it adds anything to it?
No, I'm saying, wait, the presidency, you see, I don't know, there's a complete disconnect.
How?
Between largely the presidency and what is on the ground. You get what I'm trying to say? You know, and we're a bit too academic over. So if you download the performance of South Africa, does that make you to really download the real performance of Ministry of Defense here?
No, but you should be able to download the one for Nigeria as well.
Let me change this. But we also know the obvious now, that we have defense challenge in this country. In fact, now some people have argued to say we just pray that we don't run into external aggression, because we have mobilized the soldiers who should be protecting us against external aggression. They are mostly busy with internal security. So all those ones are already known. But what I'm saying is that even after downloading, it doesn't translate.